I'm Anna Ross-Davies, and together with Sarah Bullimore we're making a series of videos to help you with your dressage for eventing. We're going to talk about suppleness in this video, which is a very important topic. Your horse needs to be supple enough to carry out the movements of the test with fluency, and there is a lot of confusion about suppleness and particularly what is flexion and what is bend. With Rive de Rouet here, I'm going to show you the difference between flexion and bend, and then Sarah will ride some of the movements demonstrating the correct amount of flexion and bend and suppleness to carry out that work. I'm going to show you the difference between flexion and bend. Flexion only comes from the pole. So flexion comes from here, and this is how the horse brings his neck a little to the left, or his head a little to the left without bending his neck, or a little to the right without bending his neck. So flexion can only be a very small amount. It is not possible to have a large amount of flexion, because flexion comes from these two bones in the pole of the horse, and there isn't a great deal of movement between those two bones in the skeleton. So flexion is here. Bend comes from the neck, from the base of the neck. So now you can see that Rive de Rouet is bent to the left, and then could you bend him to the right as well, please, Sarah? And the base of his neck is bending, and these muscles have come out, and the ones on the other side look like they've been sucked in. So that is a very good way to tell if you have correct bend. It is possible to have flexion without bend. It is not possible to have bend without flexion. Sarah's going to show us the right amount of flexion and bend for a 20-metre circle. So if you'd like to go into trot, Sarah, and we're going to look at the body of this horse. Sarah uses her inside leg to bring the horse's body around, so he curves his body around her leg, so the outside of his body bulges out and the inside of his body goes in. And as he comes towards the camera, you can see that his neck is a little bent to the inside and he is flexed at the pole. When we look at the muscles in his neck, we can see that they're sucking in on the inside, and as he comes past the camera, we see they're bulging on the outside. And the correct amount of flexion and bend on a 20-metre circle is just enough that the rider can see the horse's eye, ear and nostril on the inside.